Your Denver Broncos just received more incredible news as they prepare for a massive showdown against the Washington Commanders on Sunday Night Football. This game isn't just another matchup, it's a chance to extend their winning streak to heights we haven't seen since the days when Peyton Manning commanded the field and the entire league felt it. And the momentum keeps building. Across the AFC, key injuries are piling up for teams like the Colts and Patriots, opening the door even wider for Denver to climb toward the top of the conference. The path to the number 1 seed is becoming clearer, and Broncos country can feel something special forming. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now back to the Broncos, and the biggest news of the week. Patrick Surtain II, the best defensive player on the planet, is officially back in uniform. Seeing him return to the field is a massive emotional lift for the entire team and fan base. He spoke about how tough it was to watch from the sidelines, but the strategic decision by Sean Payton to avoid placing him on IR turned out to be pure brilliance. If the Broncos had done that, Surtain wouldn't have been eligible to return until next week. Instead, he's here now, right when the team needs him most. And think about this, Denver went 3-0 without him, and realistically 4-0 if you consider that he left the Cowboys game at halftime. We watched Dallas beat Kansas City, yet they couldn't deal with Denver's receivers earlier in the year, even with the Broncos playing at less than full strength. Having Surtain back instantly elevates the confidence of this defense. Even defensive coordinator Vance Joseph talked about how players like Chris Abrams-Draine and Riley Moss stepped up during Surtain's absence, but when Surtain returned to practice, Joseph said he now has zero worries. And honestly, that's exactly how Broncos fans should feel too. This defense held opponents to just 13.7 points per game without their superstar corner. Now imagine that same unit with him back. As long as the offense under Bo Nix puts up even a modest amount, we're talking 14 points, this team can win any game on the schedule. And it's not just Surtain returning. Denver is also getting help in other key areas, including a sneaky important name, Jonah Elliss. For those who followed him through the draft process, you already know about the NFL pedigree. His father and brother both played in the league. As a rookie last season, he racked up 5 sacks at just 21 years old and showed flashes of becoming a true game-changer off the edge. And the good news keeps rolling in for Denver. The return of Jonah Elliss adds another explosive weapon to a pass rush rotation that already features Nick Bonitto and Jonathan Cooper. When you can rotate from Bonitto and Cooper to Elliss and DeAndre Tillman, it feels almost unfair, like the Broncos unlocked a defensive cheat code. Elliss had battled through shoulder and hamstring issues, but now he's back as a full participant, and that could swing the momentum of this defense even higher. Another massive boost comes with the return of Alex Singleton, the quarterback of the defense and the man wearing the green dot helmet. He's the one receiving Vance Joseph's calls, keeping the entire unit aligned and disciplined. Getting him back is more than just depth, it's stability, leadership, and confidence for every player around him. But the good news doesn't stop on defense. Denver's offensive line has quietly become one of the most dominant groups in football. Garrett Bowles made it clear early in the season that he wanted to compete for the league's new award honoring the best offensive lineman, and he has absolutely lived up to that mission. Bowles has allowed 0 sacks, a perfect shutdown record, even while facing elite pass rushers like Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr., and Max Crosby. Aside from Myles Garrett, he has taken on the toughest edge rushers in the NFL and won every battle. A big reason for that? Iron sharpening iron. Bowles spends every practice going up against Bonitto, Cooper, and Denver's relentless defensive front. When you battle one of the best defenses in football every day, you're going to come out sharper, stronger, and more confident on Sundays. On the other side of the line, Mike McGlinchey is matching Bowles with a shutout of his own. When both tackles are erasing pressure, the entire offense operates at a higher level, and you can feel it in the way this unit is beginning to click. Now, turning back to this week's matchup, even if Washington had started Jayden Daniels, the Broncos would have matched up well, especially with Patrick Surtain II returning and the team coming off a bye. But now, with news that Marcus Mariota will start while Washington holds Daniels out, the matchup tilts even more in Denver's favor. It's likely a strategic move by their coaching staff. They do not want their rookie quarterback taking damage against a defense that is on pace to break the NFL single-season sack record. Washington will, however, have Terry McLaurin back, a true game-changer and one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. That makes Surtain's return even more critical for this game. Denver will also be taking the field in their all-orange uniforms, a bold, electric look that perfectly matches the energy building around this team. This upcoming matchup has confidence building throughout Broncos country, and not just from fans. Even analysts and opposing media voices who have studied both teams closely believe Denver holds the upper hand. When people outside the building have more faith in the Broncos' chances than some inside it, that tells you something. This team is earning respect across the league. But the excitement isn't only about the on-field matchups, it's about the culture erupting inside the Broncos locker room. This team is united in a way we haven't seen in years. When Luke Wattenberg secured his long-term deal, teammates were the first to celebrate him publicly. Even players still waiting on their own contracts stepped up with support. John Franklin Myers immediately shared his congratulations, showing just how connected this roster has become. That unity was on full display again when players rallied behind Devin Key for a Pro Bowl push. P.J. Locke went to bat for him first, pointing out that Key is leading the entire NFL in special teams tackles. Within minutes, a wave of Broncos joined in. Nick Bonitto, Patrick Surtain II, Jonathan Cooper, and many others amplified the message. That's not normal. That's culture. And as the old saying goes, culture beats talent when talent doesn't work, but the Broncos now have both. What makes it even more remarkable is that many of these players were here during the long losing streaks and the chaos of the previous regime. The roster hasn't changed dramatically, the mindset has. And that shift is a big reason why this team believes it can take the AFC. That culture shined even brighter over Thanksgiving. While most of the country was enjoying turkey and football from the couch, the Broncos were grinding through a full, intense practice. Not a walkthrough. Not a light session. Sean Payton had his team preparing like it was December playoff football. And there was purpose behind every detail. With rain forecasted for the Commanders game, Payton drilled into the team the importance of wearing the proper cleats for wet conditions. He even had players practicing with soaked footballs to replicate the real environment they might face. Cold temperatures didn't matter. Holiday or not, they were locked in. That relentless attention to detail, that refusal to take a day off, is exactly why this team is riding a massive winning streak, and why they believe they can climb all the way to the top of the AFC. The Broncos' surge toward the AFC's top seed isn't just about their own momentum, it's also about what's happening around the conference. The teams battling Denver for that number one spot are running into major problems, and every week the path gets clearer. For starters, the New York Giants just received devastating news. Daniel Jones has suffered a fractured fibula, an actual broken leg. When your starting quarterback is dealing with that kind of injury, it's nearly impossible to stay competitive through a brutal schedule. They still have to face the Texans twice and the Jaguars, and those are tough matchups even with a fully healthy roster. Add in tight end Tyler Warren, a player who gave Denver trouble earlier this season, landing on the injury report as well, and suddenly their playoff climb looks far steeper. Again, no one celebrates injuries. But the AFC race is brutal, and every slip from a competitor gives the Broncos more room to rise. Then there's New England. This week the Patriots face a relentless New York Giants pass rush, one of the best in football. For Denver, this game matters. If both Denver and New England were to win out, the Broncos already hold the tiebreaker. Still, having extra cushion never hurts. The Patriots will be without their starting left tackle and their starting left guard, a disastrous combination against a front that thrives on pressure. Denver fans should absolutely be rooting for the Giants to take advantage. And let's talk about the Chiefs, because Broncos country definitely enjoyed watching Dallas take them down on Thanksgiving. That alone was a treat. But the injuries piling up afterwards? Even more impactful. Kansas City lost left tackle Josh Simmons, who mysteriously left the team earlier this year and now has a broken wrist. He's expected to land on short-term IR, which likely rules him out of the Christmas Day showdown with Denver. Their other left tackle is also sidelined, leaving Kansas City dangerously thin on the offensive line. Even though the Broncos are playing better football than the Chiefs right now, everyone knows how exhausting it is to battle both Kansas City and questionable officiating in the same game. If the Chiefs somehow miss the playoffs, it removes one of the toughest obstacles in the conference, and saves Broncos fans a lot of emotional stress. Looking ahead to Sunday, there's no question about who Broncos country needs to root against: New England, Indianapolis. And then focus on handling business under the lights on Sunday Night Football. This game is massive. Denver needs to stay locked in and take care of Washington. And if you listened to Commanders analyst Rio Robinson earlier this week, even he admitted he's concerned. He believes the Broncos could dominate this game. That's how dangerous Denver has become. A victory would put the Broncos at 10-2, smashing preseason expectations and proving that this team is built for something bigger than anyone imagined. The future is bright, the momentum is real, and the belief is spreading everywhere. Broncos country, the ball doesn't lie. Let's ride this wave. Let's finish the climb. Let's go.